Okay, so I don't know if did you guys discuss the whole abortion pill debacle?
No, not yet.
Mifepristone.
I can't get the word, but
Mifepristone? Is it pristone or pristine?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, is it pristine? Oh, I thought it was mifepristone.
I don't even know. I don't know. I'm
gonna Google it.
Mifepristone.
Pristone sounds like it makes more sense than pristine.
Yeah, mifepristone. But I think it was like a few days ago, maybe like 2 days ago, the U.S. Supreme Court justice on Tuesday. So this whole thing has been going out. They want to basically limit the access to the pill. So I know, who did I see talking about this? I forget his name. But
was it the white woman lawyer who's fighting this at the Supreme Court? The one who's like trying to pretend she's coming at this from like the Hippocratic Oath and all this, when it's like that's not what she's doing.
No, I didn't see that one. See, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like this was right under our noses, because I'm like, are people not really seeing what's going on and what they're trying to say about this? It's but the guy was saying, and it's Booker. He was running for president at one time. Why am I not getting his first name?
Oh, Cory Booker.
Cory Booker. Thank you. Why was it's just here? See, it's just not clicking. But Cory Booker, he was talking about. He's the one that really broke it down. But I didn't even know this was really going on. How Trump's people had went and got somebody who doesn't even know anything about, who's not even really official, to go and push this. And by himself, and was able to have this abortion pill and the access to it be attacked, and for people to actually take it on so that people don't have access to it that need it. And so many they think that this is just an abortion pill. People can use this if they're having a miscarriage to help release, and also, whose business is it if somebody is not ready to have a child and has access to healthcare where they can get this, or pay for it? Christians do it all the time. They be the ones running up and through that clinic and taking this. But then they are part of the people who are saying that this is not Christian. This is not godly. People shouldn't be taking this. And I'm like, this pill helped me out at one point in my life. I was super young and wasn't ready, and this helped me out. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, I don't know what their reasoning is, but the people that were on the board, I believe, was mostly white men. I think 3 white women.
The reasoning and the angle they're coming at it is really insidious. It's to try and say that because of the commitment that the doctors made towards the Hippocratic Oath, that because there's a small percentage of women who could have negative reactions to mifepristone, that following certain guidelines, such as not letting federally regulated mandates allow anyone access to this pill, which is what the Biden administration is trying to do, just so anyone who needs it has access, as it should be, by the way. It's still something that you need to get through, consulting a doctor or a pharmacist or something like that. But I looked it up. The amount of women who have negative or serious consequences from this, 0.5%, according to the FDA. So this is happening because of 0.5% of cases. It's kind of their entry point into this whole thing. And so we have to seriously look at this, okay? Because at the end of the day, it could potentially endanger patients if we don't, all that kind of stuff. I was like, that is just so wild.
That sounds like one of the healthiest.
Yeah,
that sounds like one of the healthiest things you could take, actually.
By that logic, no medicine would be approved.
Yeah,
of course.
My cousin, she
is
was
that the
a
threshold?
nurse.
0.5?
She was literally telling me, because she was like, she didn't even know this was going on. She's a nurse every day, and I was talking to her about it, and she was like, what's it called? And she knows it by another name, but she knows it by mifepristone as well, but she knows it by another name. So she said, Rebecca, that's the pill that we use all the time for women who are coming in, and I use it often for women who are miscarrying. So I don't know why they're just trying to make it seem like this is just for abortion. We use this for other reasons, but that's what they're going to try to do. They're killing kids. They're killing children. And that's not godly.
That's ridiculous.
That's not what we can stand for. So we gotta get it out of there. And people are really like, they're taking time to do this when there's so many other things that they can focus on. But here they are, women's rights. They're gonna continue to hit it, strip it, take from us things that we worked really hard people to create, to have access to, healthy. So people don't got to go to these dark clinics, in the middle of alleys to try to terminate their pregnancies. These
Which
are optional. Yeah, because people do that. And because they may not be able to have this child. They may not be ready. There are so many different things. And so they have to do that, but they can't afford. And like, this sucks. I don't like it at all. And
my friend, she shared a post like on Facebook back when Roe v. Wade was overturned, and she's like, it's crazy because her mom who passed away, had a conversation with her when she was younger, like just like sharing like a horrifying moment where she had to get an abortion, like a back alley abortion before Roe v. Wade. And she's like, oh, God, I'm so thankful that my daughter doesn't have to grow up in that reality. And then she's like, man, if my mom could see now what happened, it's so crazy still. Cause I mean, it's been a couple of years, but it's still inconceivable to think that we did away with Roe v. Wade. I will say that the good news is that with respect to mifepristone is that it actually doesn't seem like they are going to ban it. The only two justices that seem like they want to are, unsurprisingly, Thomas and Alito. But even Gorsuch is kind of skeptical, seemingly, at least based on like the people who follow Supreme Court that I follow, like Mark Joseph Stern. What
about Kavanaugh?
Kavanaugh, I'm not necessarily sure, but even he was kind of questioning their logic, just like from a legal standpoint. So I think that maybe, look, they're not principled, right? But maybe they don't want more blowback because they have never had this much heat since after repealing, or overturning Roe v. Wade, I should say. So I am actually a little bit optimistic with regard to this, just based on what the people I follow are saying, who are usually pretty spot on about it. So it doesn't seem like they'll have the majority, which is good. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get fucked over in other ways, or women's rights won't be restricted in other ways, because they're certainly trying to do that. But it is funny.
They have to regulate. They have to continue to put fear. They're going to find something to do. And so, they won't ban it. They probably like that, but they're going to try to regulate. Oh, we're going to control this and who gets it and how they get it. And we're going to see it's going to be more of a capitalistic thing too. It already is, but they're going to focus on like letting it go to people and how people are going to have to pay more money for it. And it can't be, people can't get it in just the regular clinics or what they're not going to be able, the access is going to be so limited. And that is like, I didn't have no money, no nothing. And I was able to scrummage together something to go do this properly. So just to know that there's some people that are just not gonna, how they're trying to do it, what their, aim is terrible. But after Roe versus Wade, it's so sad. It's just so sad how they just want to undo so much that we've fought hard for to get done, to make sure that, people are healthy when they're choosing their choice. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, they won't. You're absolutely right, Rebecca. Like, this is what they did before Roe v. Wade, right? Like, in states like Texas where they couldn't outright ban it, they would just try to regulate it out of existence. Have this weird, like, bureaucratic red tape where it's like, okay, you have to have, like, this much feet in the hallway spread out, otherwise we'll shut you down. And they made it so that way, like, there were so few abortion clinics that it was effectively banned if you live in a particular area, like in a rural area, for example. You couldn't commute and whatnot. So I think they're going to do that with mifepristone. They're already trying to do it with IVF. I don't know if you all heard about the backlash that the Alabama governor got, because after the Alabama Supreme Court basically ruled that IVF is like, if you dispose of it, or if it doesn't turn into a pregnancy, that's manslaughter. So like Kay Ivey, the governor, actually signed a law that protected. I'm going to repeat that because people might have missed it. A Republican signed a law that was good. It allowed the clinics that had shut down to reopen. But now the pro-lifers are fucking pissed, and they're running ads against her. They're mad because they feel like she's enabling murder now. In fact, they literally said that. Like, they're running ads calling her a murderer and a baby killer, and they're telling these Republicans, like, the signs of like the fetuses that they show, like they're outside of college campuses. They're doing that now to Republicans. And so it's like, it's funny because the tables have turned, and now Republicans didn't realize that by pandering to these people, like, you can't just meet them halfway. They want you to go all the way. And to be fair to these people, they are logically consistent, right? Because if you think that life begins at conception, then it naturally follows that, sure, that embryo, that's a life. That's a life too. So if you're trying to, you drop the fucking case and the embryos are destroyed and the building catches on fire, that's murder. That's, so they're logically consistent.
That's
why
mass
you can't
murder,
manage
actually.
them.
You're a serial killer on the spot, like right there.
Right.
It's depressing how small a minority of
say,
people have so much power. Like these fucking absolute fucking lunatics, that the power they have to even like have money to run ads at all, like it is disturbing.
Yeah.
The evangelical lobby is very, very powerful and well funded, because like a lot of these folks, like just at least for my church anyways, like they weren't necessarily politically active, but they were political. Like they were very pro George W. Bush, but they like taught people, look, you've got to give 10% of your income. You know, you might not be able to afford it, but God will bless you in return. So like they get so much donations from folks, and like these types of organizations also, like, I don't know if they get 10% like churches, but like evangelical organizations and whatnot, like these types of foundations, they get a lot of money, you know, not just from like wealthy people, but
tithing.
Exactly. So, I mean, they have the money to any politician that doesn't fall in line, they can go after them. So this is what Republicans got to deal with now, because they opened the door to this unholy alliance, for lack of a better word, and it's coming back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah.